Hey guys, Ollie here. Just wanted to give you guys really a quick update of what actually is happening at the moment with the YouTube channel and all the other little things I'm doing. You may have noticed if you subscribe to me that some videos have been coming out recently of a couple of projects I've been working on. These projects are actually going towards my university degree, which I'm doing a dissertation in investigating markerless motion capture solutions for independent studios, games related content creation, animation, stuff like that. So at the moment, yeah, it's pretty much all hands on deck. There's like a month left. As you can see, I'm kind of getting through my dissertation here. Just lots of writing. I'm not a big writer, but yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for all the nice comments that have been left over the past 3-4 months or so. It's really helped me kind of keep going and wanting to go back to the channel and constantly make videos for it. Not that I have been, but needless to say, in around about a month's time, when finally the dissertation gets handed in, finally a lot of this work can kind of get offloaded off me. Sorry, I intend to do a lot more video stuff here, and especially a lot more stuff with different programs, which a lot of people have been asking me about. Most importantly, the whole facial animation and bipedal animation, kind of linking those two up, and how I actually went about doing that process, as well as getting it into UDK and making it all work there. There's also a lot of extra testing videos for iPi using PlayStation Eyes that I have not yet properly documented. It's documented in a sense that it's documented for a dissertation, but it's by no means put into a way that is presentable for a YouTube video. Things like props, occlusion from props, as well as that multiple person tracking stuff, which a lot of people seem to want to do, and it's really a really basic kind of concept and a really basic premise to get that stuff to kind of work. I think one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make when they try to do things like that is they expect iPi to do 100% of the work so they don't have to do any of the work. And the actual truth of the matter is no. If you're going to do stuff that the software is not necessarily intended to do, you're going to have to accept that you're going to have a couple of janky results, and you're going to have to clean that stuff up in order to make it work. The two-person stuff tracking that I did took a relatively long amount of time to clean up, and is still going through cleanup processes right now. I mean, it's kind of 80% of the way there, but there's still a lot of fine-tuning and nuances that need to get rectified and added, and there's still a lot of a way to go for that. So if you see those videos of two people in one scene, as well as there's a video that a member of iPi has actually pushed himself to another user in an answer for a question in a forum post. There's a video of two people that I got to act out that scene wearing different clothing. Do not even for one moment think that I just did that and then it all just worked straight away. There was a lot of work that had to go into it. So yeah, if there's any kind of video stuff that you guys would like to see, any kind of tutorial, kind of how-tos. I don't really like using the word tutorial because even the way I do it is just kind of like on a knife edge. It's like, is this gonna work? Okay, work, cool, that's fine. There's probably people out there that can do it a hell of a lot better than me, but if this is being used as a starting point for people to kind of get better at this and to get this practice a lot better than it is at the moment, then good. I'm also kind of taking a very keen interest into going into traditional hand animation. It's all well and good knowing motion capture and knowing how to clean up motion capture data, but it's extremely hard to get a job, I think, doing that. It would always serve you better if you had a traditional hand animation sense behind you, so you could quite easily get slotted into a company as an animator, as opposed to, oh, we've got a guy that knows how to do motion capture data but doesn't really know much else. So I'm trying to take a vested interest in hand animation, and I'll be going through as well, potentially on this channel, a little bit of hand animation stuff as well. So if you guys would be interested in seeing that kind of journey unfold, let me know, because there's a lot of things I could potentially do with this channel. A lot of things with markerless motion capture and motion capture just in general, facial motion capture, different softwares used for motion capture, and hand animation, and it could quite easily go wildly out of control. But I definitely want to do something with hand animation. I think that would be interesting, and I definitely want to do a couple of more of those test videos for iPisoft, as well as talk a little bit about how I talk a little bit about how I achieved what I did for my university dissertation, because essentially that's what this is all about. My dissertation is to try and get game developers in a position where they feel like they can experiment a little bit more with animation, and not necessarily feel hindered by the fact that, alright, we need animation. Doing that's going to take a long time to animate, and we don't really know many animators. We're going to have to drop that. I honestly think that through experimentation we're going to get, on the independent side at least, we're going to get a lot of interesting concepts for games, as well as kind of breaking down the walls of what is actually possible. I've kind of said a couple of times in a few different places that this kind of opens up the floodgates to independent developers being able to do stuff like, and I understand that there is a large undertaking when I say this. It's not as easy as just that and we're good, but it gives independent developers the ability to do stuff a little bit like Heavy Rain and those kind of heavy narratively driven games that rely on unique animations per scene, if that's the best way to put it. If we're starting to break down those walls and we're starting to be able to get those animations and perform them basically in our own backyard, as it were, it gives developers more time to experiment and more time to understand what motion capture is really about, and being able to use it in an interesting way, which necessarily big budget studios might not be able to take those risks. Because at the end of the day, that's what independent game development is all about: taking big risks and making big splashes from small amounts of people, resources, money, everything. So the bigger the splash we can make, the better. The last thing I just want to kind of point out quickly is this. I'm just going to flip the camera around here. iPi Mocap Studio has actually made it onto Steam, which is pretty cool. So if you go over to Steam, you can get the demo and everything now, and they've got like a cool video here. And yeah, if you go over to the where is it? If I go back here, on the actual hub here, I've actually put all the videos that I did for iPisoft. All my iPisoft testing videos are here under iPisoft helpful videos, which I'm sure I'm going to get flack for that. And I'm also in the discussions area as well, so if you ever want to kind of get in contact there, if Steam would load, there you go. I'm under a thread, iPisoft example, where I've put some stuff up. And yeah, that's about it. So go over to Steam, check out iPi Mocap Studio, and yeah, have fun, guys, and I'll see you next time.